Welcome back, YouTubers, to a British Fist Slammy Awards edition of the Raw Rundown for this week. I am Mr. Parkin with my D-Line t-shirt. This guy standing next to me, also in a Christmas hat, ready for the Christmas celebrations and the British Fist YWC Slammy celebrations. It's none other than NJ, people.
What's up?
As you can see, we have our lovely Slammy Award here on view for all of you. There are going to be 5 YouTubers that are going to be getting awards, so look forward to those later on. But they'll be spread out periodically through the show. Subscribe down below, like this video, and comment your thoughts on this edition of Raw or the Slammys down in the comment section below.
And make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
And we have a special announcement for next week when it's going to be Christmas Day, which is going to be the Tuesday, on the Raw Rundown. I didn't tell you about this, but I'm going to tell you about it now. Santa's going to be here. We're going to have Santa appearing on the show on Christmas Day of all times, when he's finished handing out the presents to everybody.
This is going to be very good. I'm really surprised at this because of Santa of all people being a part of the British Fist Rundown instead of your rundowns or your reviews. They're on ours, so...
Yeah, indeed. Santa being here should be pretty... I'm looking forward to seeing Santa and seeing if he's actually delivered my presents and eaten my milk, eaten my cookies and drunk my milk this year. Heard that some people said this Slammy edition was quite bad. I'll say this though, at least this show wasn't on the go-home show like last year, and it was on the show after the pay-per-view, which meant that they could at least have a little bit of fun with it and not to worry about hyping a damn pay-per-view.
And with this way they've altered this, put it on the show after, it does leave surprises to happen instead of having to rush towards the actual pay-per-view, so I like how it turned out. Yeah,
some people also said the show was pretty good. I think it's mainly because of the returns we got, the Slammys and all that kind of stuff. So some people thought it was good, some people thought it was bad. The WWE, though, they wanted people to vote for the Slammys using the WWE app. Another thing which I feel WWE are just very late on. First, they're late on Facebook and Twitter, then YouTube, and now apps.
Rigged.
Hashtag Slammys were rigged. Anyway, before we do this, let's get on to our first Slammy, which is for the Best Twosome Award here on YouTube. This award goes to... Well, we can't give it to ourselves, NJ.
Yes.
You know what, let's just give it to ourselves.
No,
the Best Twosome
Award.
No, we're only joking. The Best Twosome Award goes to what we feel the best YouTube channel is with 2 people in them. And this year's award goes to... Yeah, last year it went to Tree of Woe Show, and I have the envelope here. The award goes to none other than... Anything goes to WWE. So well done there, NJ.
With this award, I think these two, at the time of their starting on the YWC, doing their videos, they put a lot of thought into their videos. We just need to get more people to subscribe to them, but this award is definitely worthy of them.
Yes, a lot of people have compared them to us, said they're an American version of the British Fist, but I do recommend you guys go check them out. All the winners of the awards, including Anything Goes Show WWE, will be linked in the description box down below. So very well done there to Anything Goes Show WWE, who won the Best Twosome YWC Slammy Award. So now it's time to look at the in-ring action and booking on this week's Raw Rundown. In my opinion, a lot of matches this week kind of seemed like filler, which I guess was okay because we have the whole Slammys thing, which is obviously more important, and also they got 6 weeks to build to Royal Rumble. So there was obviously going to be a lot of filler going on the way to Royal Rumble. The first match we got of the night was Ray versus Sandow. Ray gets the win clean. We also had Rhodes versus Sin Cara with the lighting, which Cody Rhodes won. So you got the face winning one, the heel winning another. Do you think this is a way of continuing on their feud?
Well, I do think following the pay-per-view, they're still finishing up after the match that happened at the pay-per-view. Ray winning again, or Ray getting the win here, I think... It's a bit of a shame because, again, Sin Cara losing at the pay-per-view, he loses again on Raw. It's not really fair on Sin Cara, but again, we can see which way the WWE are going with.
It's just another way of filling the time until you actually get to the Team Rose Scholars feuding with Team Hell No, in my opinion. Caitlyn versus Eve, a match which Caitlyn won. It's another typical Divas match filler, no one cares.
It really should have happened at the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Naomi was different, but this should have happened at the pay-per-view.
Cody versus Tensai. Tensai loses this one pretty quickly. We'll talk more about Tensai later. Carly versus Otunga with Natalia. Who gives a crap? Carly won.
Natalia with Carly, I don't see that couple actually lasting long.
Brodus Clay versus JTG in a match which brought us back to the old ways of Brodus Clay. Brodus wins, who cares?
Where does Brodus Clay come from in this match?
We did have one good match though, and it was mainly because of the return of one guy. We had Tommy Dreamer returning with Del Rio and Miz to face 3MB. We got the ECW champs. Tommy Dreamer got the win thanks to Del Rio. We'll talk more about Del Rio's face turn in a minute, but your thoughts on the match?
With Tommy Dreamer, I'm liking how they're bringing back, as they did report. Yes, it's a one-off, but Tommy Dreamer to make an appearance, him being a part of the wrestling match, it was a great thing. People know Tommy Dreamer. It was a very good spot. And for Tommy Dreamer to be a part of this, the whole Miz introducing him, Del Rio there, and Tommy Dreamer, 3MB I don't really care about, but it's to get him involved and to get him beaten by the best.
Apart from the addition of Tommy Dreamer, we pretty much had this match on the pay-per-view. Now we're getting it on free TV. Oh well, we'll talk more about Del Rio in a minute, and his face, and his his face turn. What WWE need to do to really facilitate that? Ryback versus Cesaro. Again, Cesaro facing another top guy you dispose to the WWE. Cesaro walks out of the match, doesn't technically lose by pinfall, so I didn't have too many issues with this, even though the match was very quick.
It was very unlikely that Cesaro was going to get any true offense on Ryback. Him getting a shot at Ryback when he's the US champion, I still think, yes, you need to give Ryback opponents, Cesaro opponents, but this match, from looking at it, shouldn't really happen, but at least Cesaro didn't win.
Funny main event this week. Ziggler and AJ versus Cena and Vicky. So Cena is with Vicky Guerrero and Ziggler is with AJ. So you've got the baby face that gets booed with the heel that gets booed facing the heel that gets cheered and the girl who's just crazy.
The biggest highlight of this was the fact that Ziggler in Vicky's face says we're over with, through. Then obviously they wanted this match to get paid back. And the way it went down was, again, the way it should.
We'll talk more about this match and the effects of it in the main talking points on this video. But now we'll get to the next YWC British Fist Slammy Award. And this Slammy Award goes to what we feel is the funniest YouTuber. The YouTuber that comes on here and always manages to make us laugh and always manages, you know, to give us a good laugh. And I've got the envelope here once again. Is there really any surprise then, Jay? There's only one person that was going to win this. It's none other than...
OK, babe!
What a funny bloke he is.
With him, he's very good at what he does. He knows how to get people laughing. He knows how to add entertainment to his reviews and his comedy videos. So I say this award, outstandingly, he deserves.
OK, Fabe, you are a funny guy. This award goes to you. Go subscribe to him in the description box down below if you want to see some comedy, some wrestling videos with a comedy twist.
So make sure you tune into his videos and please subscribe to him.
So as we've just got off the pay-per-view, really, there wasn't really too much in terms of character enhancement and storyline advancement, as we are 6 weeks, I should say, sorry, away from the Royal Rumble. But there was a little bit of character enhancement this week. We learnt that AJ is now, well, just crazy. She doesn't care about anyone anymore. I guess WWE are trying to make her a little bit more unpredictable. This was shown in the main event at TLC when she pretty much gifted Ziggler the match rather than him winning freaking clean over Cena.
Unpredictable could be the word, but because of what she did over the last couple of months, including on Raw when she quickly made out with Ziggler, and then because of the main event, there's a different word that describes AJ in my opinion.
Yeah, and I'm standing here right now with a broken heart, finding it very hard to continue onwards, and that is what we'll do. Ricardo Rodriguez, in my opinion, is very important for Del Rio's face turn. If it wasn't for Ricardo Rodriguez, I don't think Del Rio could really even turn face. I'm not for Del Rio turning face. It seemed like at one point they were going to forget about it. I heard on the news, but they're going with it. A Del Rio face turn. Is this really the best way of going with Del Rio? I mean, it's something different, but is this really the best way to go?
Like I said many times, with Del Rio, he's gone through becoming champion, losing championship, having an aggressive attitude, and then failing that. So the only thing we got left to try with him is a face turn. Yes, we might not be able to see it, but it's something the WWE are going to try. And if it doesn't work out, then at least Del Rio can't really go anywhere.
We'll probably touch on more about this in the British Fist Wrestling Rundown. Talk more about Del Rio as a face and why WWE want him as a top Hispanic babyface kind of guy. Also, Dolph Ziggler had an important character enhancement this week, which I've been waiting for fucking ages. He's finally moving away from Vicky Guerrero. How long have we been waiting for this for Ziggler to move away from someone who was essentially burdening him?
Well, it's been teased for the last month or two with this AJ-Vicky storyline. They've not really been, Ziggler and Vicky have not really been together. But the fact it's been confirmed, the fact that Ziggler ended it, I'm looking forward now seeing if the WWE can continue to make Ziggler look good without Vicky.
Yeah, and then also in terms of storyline advancement this week, we had the epiphany this week that Barrett isn't done with Kofi. Even though he just lost clean at the pay-per-view, and we had that segment after Kofi's match where Wade Barrett pretty much bullhammered him. So looks like this feud is continuing. Great.
I really don't think Barrett should have done this. Yes, the heel getting revenge on the face is what we expect, but I still think towards the Rumble, he should be starting to look like he wants to go in a different direction. So this was a bit of a shame for me.
Yeah, we said enough about Barrett, really. What about Caitlyn, though? Going after the Divas title, she got a win over Eve, I believe. So maybe she's next in line, even though this probably should have been done at a pay-per-view.
I do feel that, yes, it was nice to see Naomi or a different Diva wrestling, but for Caitlyn to get it on the next night, it should happen at the pay-per-view, and hopefully they're going to build up to it where Caitlyn finally wins.
So yes, we brushed through that because we knew none of you guys would really give a shit about that. What you really give a shit about is who we're going to award the next British Fist YWC Slammy to. And this award is for the Best TNA Reviewer Award. Got the envelope here. It goes to none other than Full Killer 99. And there are many reasons why it goes to Full Killer 99, because quite frankly, I think personally, from a personal basis, the Schleg Daddy does good TNA reviews. We do good TNA reviews, I feel. But I think the cut of the jib is definitely Full Killer in the way he conducts, not just does his reviews, but the way he conducts his reviews as well.
When it comes to reviewing TNA, there's not many people who support TNA, but the fact that Full Killer's been with TNA for a long time, putting out these reviews, trying to do something different with them, I think he's definitely someone to check out, someone to subscribe to, look at TNA, appreciate what he does, because he does put a lot of work and thought into his videos. So
yeah, we give you this award, Full Killer, not just because you do great TNA reviews, but also because we're going to overtake you in subscribers soon, and we feel a little bit sorry for you. So there we go. So there, go subscribe to Full Killer 99. He has around about the same subscribers as us, but definitely a great guy to go and watch if you want to watch a guy that does a really nicely in detail TNA review. So essentially, NJ, this night was all about the Slammys and also some of the returns we got on this edition of Raw. I think one thing people need to remember, though, is that these aren't real trophies, and they are essentially rigged. So I'm not going to sit here and try and get too upset about who the awards went to and everything. Because essentially, at the end of the day, some of these awards are there just to further along storylines and stuff, really.
There is a few awards I am going to bash, but we'll get to that in a minute.
The most shocking Slammy Award was presented by Booker T, and none other than the Boogeyman is back!
Seeing him back, he is one of the wrestlers that stood out as an entertaining kind of character. Yes, it could have been a one-off. I wouldn't mind if he does come back as one of the coming back wrestlers that the WWE hopes to get.
I mean, if you want a unique character, Boogeyman is definitely there. Kofi's handstand at Royal Rumble got the most shocking Slammy. That was pretty shocking. That's a pretty cool way of highlighting Kofi.
With that of a speciality to it, something that you expect from him, I think he definitely deserves that award. Yeah.
The Comeback of the Year award was presented by none other than, oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody! No, not me. It was the New Age Outlaws, guys.
And even with this, they even brought in the comedy, like, oh, you're going to forget your line. He reads his hand. Billy Gunn. This was very entertaining. You expect from these. And for these, yes, I'm still waiting for them to have a wrestling match, because they've made appearances now at the 1000th episode of Raw. Now this, I'm hoping that there's going to be more from them, because I think they've got a chance, but I enjoyed seeing them again.
And the winner of this award was, oh, I can't remember, I'm going to have to read my hand. Jerry Lawler, the Comeback of the Year. I guess technically he did come back from the dead, so that award definitely does go to him over, like, you know, Brock Lesnar and everything. I guess my only issue here was the fact they showed the footage of him when he was pretty much dying, which I do not agree with at all. But Comeback of the Year, Jerry Lawler.
When it comes to this, yes, they showed quite a lot of great returns that happened over the year. But with Jerry Lawler, they wanted to put more praise onto it. They wanted to make it more special and to give Jerry Lawler his moment. And this was very nicely done, very nicely he did as well. Kiss
of the Year, presented by Vicky Guerrero. All the nominees involved AJ Lee. Apart from me. Why didn't I get nominated? Why can't I kiss AJ Lee, for God's sake? And the winner was AJ Lee and John Cena's kiss. She comes out and then kisses Dolph Ziggler, which pisses off Vicky Guerrero. Cougarville.
That's the only thing that I felt was good. Yes, it's still making AJ look like a slut, because she's kissing every main event she can come across. But this made the tease and the breakup of AJ and Vicky, and also Ziggler and Vicky. So it did quite a lot here. I'm just looking forward to it progressing from here now.
We'll be talking more about Dolph Ziggler and John Cena in the main talking points, but then we got the LOL moment of the year.
That was very
which
LOL.
Brought back a Shockmaster moment with Tensai. That hurt. And they're flat out admitting his name is Albert now, aren't they? Oh, God.
That's very terrible. Yes, he comes with this big, massive hoodie-looking thing that was really ridiculous. A comic Tensai comedy just doesn't have it. But Santino Marella, think that he should get the award. This was, again, not as funny as Santino's past segments, but there we go.
It was definitely a funny segment. I mean, you had that, like, Lord Shockmaster Tensai moment. It seems like they're now just flat out admitting he's Albert and they're just making Tensai into a joke. I must admit, Santino did make the most out of making fun of Tensai in this segment. The winner of this went to The Rock for his little promo he did on Rock by chucking all his stuff in the river.
But Rock is not going to be here tonight, so I'm going to take this award for myself.
You've already got a British Fish Slammy. You don't need it. Anyway, going back to the Slammys. The trending hashtag of the year went to none other than Feed Me More! Feed me more! Feed me more! There we go. Thank you very much.
All I'm going to say about this is woo, woo, woo!
Woo, fuck off. Newcomer of the year, presented by Sheamus. You know, we had Damien Sandow,
yes.
Antonio Cesaro. We also had Ryback. Now, to be honest with you, Ryback won this award, and I think that it is completely legitimate that he won this award, because let's face it, guys. First of all, they are rigged, and second of all, out of all the guys there, apart from maybe Sandow, Ryback's going to be the biggest star, so he does deserve new. And he come from smashing jobbers to going after the world title. So best newcomer of the year went to Ryback.
I do believe that yes, they can put as much emphasis on him as he can. So to win 2 awards, make him stand out, was going to be the way the WWE were going to do it. But at best, if it weren't rigged, people would have voted for Sandow.
Probably, even though he called them all ignoramuses. And he comes out saying that he has changed, using the Owen Hart quote, trying to get some face heat there. And then we had the Match of the Year award, which was presented by Mean Gene, Jim Ross, and a guy who was in the matches award, the Best Match of the Year award many times, Richie Steamboat. This went to Triple H and Taker for their end of an era match. You know, I think that's definitely deserving of the Match of the Year.
A new little faction there you saw at this award.
The old man faction.
Oh yes. And think about this, yes, they did push Jim Ross to a side and let the other 2 speak away. But with this, Triple H again with his nice short hair, and this really, yes, the way he brought it and mentioned it, I really thought he was going to talk about his future, but no, he gave the plug to The Undertaker.
Yeah, Triple H got a really big pop in, probably the biggest pop of the night, really, despite all the fact they brought loads of people back. And he said, basically, we haven't seen the last of The Undertaker, even though their match was the end of an era. But to be honest, WrestleMania is where Undertaker needs to be, because he is a massive selling point of that pay-per-view. So it's nice to know that we haven't seen the last of Taker. Who is he going to face? That'll be something we'll probably discuss down the line. I've got my money on CM Punk, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think with this, seeing Triple H again, obviously a mark-out moment for me.
And speaking of returns as well, you know, we talked in the British Fist Wrestling Rundown last week about people returning. We've got a couple of people on here that we could see returning. I heard news earlier in the day that Shelton Benjamin could be on his way to WWE. Apparently he has left ROH. So it looks like, and there's possibility of John Morrison. So it looks like WWE are trying to bring back these mid-carders now. It really does seem like they're a bit serious for this. I
really think the WWE should emphasis on, especially with some of these wrestlers they brought back for these segments, Slammys here, and also future or past ones to come back, because they really need a good mid-card back and possibly new wrestlers to lighten up the wrestling matches.
To put over some of the young talent. Now we move on to our next Slammy Award, which goes to Best Remix. I'm going to place that there as I go on and on and on, and on and on and on, and on and on and on, to try and read this person's name. It's none other than Duke THS,
yeah!
The one who did the person that did the Terminator NJ remix, on and on and on. You know, I've got that on my iTunes. I love it. I need to make that my ringtone.
It's a very good work. He does it. I think he should do more of it, especially to other YWC members. But with this one, the fact that he's done a few on us, a few on other people, definitely check him out. And if he does, request him to make some more on other people. If you request him to make a track, he will do it. I remember we did it a couple of times in our videos, just off the cuff. So GTHS, this one goes for you for your remixing abilities. Rewind. So now we've covered the Slammys, we've covered some of the returns, we covered most of the stuff that happened on Raw, but the things we haven't covered so far are the main talking points of the show. We really felt there were 3 main talking points of this Slammy edition of the show. The first in which was the attempt that Dolph Ziggler made
to cash in his Money in the Bank. We had that segment with Big Show and Sheamus where Sheamus said he was the better man and deserved to be champion. And Sheamus beats up Big Show with the chair, the big chair, and we all sat there thinking he's got to cash in now. And Ziggler goes to cash in, but John Cena, in retribution for what happened at the pay-per-view, comes in and kicks his ass to a massive boos, even though it was AJ that screwed him and not Dolph Ziggler. So basically, John Cena costs Dolph Ziggler his Money in the Bank and cashing it in. And
continuing the Big Show and Sheamus feud, I think would be the best way to go, because with Sheamus not really got any other way to go, Big Show got nothing to do. This was a good way of teasing probably another match, even though Big Show's beat him again. The Ziggler cash-in, I was hoping it was going to happen, because the way they set it up, because you can't really see Ziggler beating Big Show on his own, so the still chair shot really put Big Show down, ready to cash in, so I'm really disappointed that John Cena didn't let it happen.
Yeah, and what a great way to facilitate Dolph's main event win at the pay-per-view as well. So there we go. So Dolph Ziggler tries to cash in, but doesn't manage to because of John Cena. The main event segment of the night, we had that tag match, and then in the melee of the tag match, we had the debut of none other than Big E Langston from NXT, a guy who I really like. I'll give you a hint, 5'5". AJ brings him out as like a sort of enforcer, and he pretty much attacks Cena, kind of similar to the Mason Ryan of 2011.
This I really did like. Yes, it could be another AJ boyfriend, I don't really know yet. But with this, you had Brock Lesnar do it at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, you have Big E Langston. It's very nice for John Cena haters. And for new characters coming, yes, we've already got the Shield going wild. We've got another NXT one. I'm hoping they don't, or he doesn't overpower the build of the Shield, because obviously you've got to concentrate on the Shield, as well as Big Langston. But seeing him take out Cena, I look forward to seeing if he's going to be a main eventer, or they're going to put him back and build him up.
And this is where I'm going to facilitate my argument from. They brought in this guy, it seems to me, and maybe this is just me, I love Big E Langston. I watch NXT, I love Big E Langston. He's one of my fave 5 on NXT. Yes, I know I'm stealing something from Booker T there, but that's just me. But the debut, it was good. It didn't really get that much reaction because no one knew who he was. But my question is, it seems like WWE are just throwing shit against the wall and seeing if it sticks. And I don't want the Big E Langston character to be affected by that. Yes, this may do well for him, but generally when you put a new guy in a main event scene against Cena, where does he go? Look at Mason Ryan. Look at Tensai. They just go right back down.
Sadly, Cena could knock down him, but the thing about this is that more people you put against Cena, the more likely hopefully Rock Cena 2 won't happen, because he's got all the other possible opponents. But Big Langston, we're not really seeing much from him unless you watch NXT. So for him to be up in the main event already, or possibly in the main event as he goes against Cena, it's not really going to give the crowd enough chance to get behind him. But because of what he did to Cena, he's got my votes.
At least it's a new guy coming in, which is good. I just wonder where they're going to go with Big E Langston and how really much is it going to benefit him long term. The main talking point of this show, I feel, was the segment involving the Superstar of the Year award, which was presented by none other than...
Oh!
You couldn't quite get the woo out, could he? But it was none other than Ric Flair. Ric Flair makes his return to WWE TV. That was a nice moment, in my opinion. The segment itself, though, you had John Cena winning the Superstar of the Year. A lot of people will think that CM Punk should have won it, but I feel the reason why John Cena won it was to facilitate what was going to happen in this segment. And I think he was getting quite badly booed in this segment, which is why he probably gave it back to Flair and walked away. So, respect to him for that. It seems like that was a way of facilitating what was going to happen next with CM Punk.
Well, I think the crowd definitely knew that there must be something wrong here, because CM Punk does point out that Cena's had a bad year. He's not really had anything go his way. He gave him a list of things that he didn't get done. So the fact is, Punk, the fans did the exact right thing for Cena, because he should not have won it. It didn't make any sense. Giving it to Flair, yes, it was a face maneuver, but the crowd don't really care. Because the point is, they all knew that Punk deserved it.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I'm not going to get too hissy about this, but like I said, he's getting massively booed when he wins an award. Not just because he doesn't deserve it, of course. It's rigged, we know. But I'm supposed to buy this guy as a top babyface when he's getting booed. I'm just saying, you have Punk coming out to a massive pop, who's supposed to be your top damn heel, and him and Flair have that pretty cool promo segment where he talks about his baggage and makes some great points about why he deserves it and not John Cena. The interaction between Flair and Punk here was pretty damn good, I thought. I thought Punk was really carrying the segment, though.
The fact that he said he could beat Flair on one leg, and the fact that Flair should be here and all this kind of stuff, it was very nicely done. He still had Heyman going, yeah, this is CM Punk, the WWE champion, yeah. Oh, I thought this was great. You expect from Punk.
I'm going to try and do the review now on one leg. And then you basically have this segment where, this is hard, where shit, I can't do it, where Ric Flair challenges CM Punk to go into the ring, and they end up having that little brawl inside the ring. Pretty much, I'm not going to take my shirt off here because I don't have anything underneath here, as much as the ladies might want to see it. And we have that little fight between Flair and Punk. Flair pokes Punk in the eye. Then you have Ric Flair putting the figure 4 on Paul Heyman. That was a bit of a mark-out moment. That was pretty cool.
For Ric Flair to still be doing this and still get the crowd cheering, it was a very good moment, and at least it didn't happen to Punk, who had bad legs.
Yeah, indeed, and that figure 4 would have really put him out of action. Then we get this surprise of the Shield. The Shield come out from the crowd, and even though we missed it because of a commercial break, there was a mass beginning. There was pretty much a mass brawl between Team Hell No, Ric Flair, and the Shield that brought out, Ryback as Ric Flair was about to get put through the table. So I thought this was a really good segment. This was the hour main event. This was an awesome segment in my opinion. It went on for quite a long time, but it did a lot in it. Yes,
they were continuing the faces against the Shield instead of moving the Shield somewhere else. But the way this went down is that normally looked too weak. The Shield did this. Ric Flair got his little moment in the ring. So I thought this was a really good moment and a good way to wrap up the Ric Flair involvement. Yes, indeed, and I think the best of the 3 talking points, in my opinion. If you guys have any opinions on the talking points, please let us know. And there is one quick question I want to say about this, because I have my own opinions on Ric Flair and the WWE coming back. I want to know, for a question for this ending segment here, is what did you think about Ric Flair making an appearance in the WWE, especially after he left WWE, went to TNA, and rumoured to come back to the WWE? That is a good question to ask, actually. The next YWC British for Slammy Award is for the best character. We're going to open this now. I already know the result, and you're not going to be pleased about this one, MJ. But this award goes to none other than... Oh, for frick's sake. Terminator NJ. Why? Is it rigged? Is this vote rigged or something? Why is it going to Terminator NJ after the amount of times he's tormented us? Seriously. It's really bad that people must have voted Terminator NJ and the tallies there, and... So I've won an award for the best character. Well, believe me, there's no other character that is more evil than me! Hey, is this your award, Terminator NJ? Oh! So we hope you guys enjoyed the British Fist YWC Slammys edition of the Raw Rundown, and we invite you to put your comments down in the comments section below on the show itself and some of the YWC Slammys we've given out, and also make sure to subscribe to all the people that won the prestigious British Fist YWC Slammy down in the description box below. If we can give these people who we've shouted out, gave the Slammys 2 more subscribers, then we've done our job. Oh, yes. Please make sure you do so, check out their video and do so, and hopefully with this Raw, from what I saw, it had really good moments, but then these bad moments, which you covered in this rundown. Please share your thoughts in the competition below. I can't wait for Santa Claus to come next week. That's going to be pretty fucking awesome. That'll be a highlight, yes. Yes, indeed. I'm going to give him my Christmas list for next year already. And he'll outdo us in the rundown. Probably will, yeah, true. And until next time, YouTubers, from Mr. Parkin and me, NJ, Merry Christmas and goodbye.